deal with Samsung.
The Germans with Samsung.
Dealing with Samsung or iPhone.
I always
Apple.
use some Samsung.
It's better?
I never use Apple. I think Apple is too expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah, Samsung is cheaper.
Cheaper.
In Germany, I don't know how it is in Gaza. How much is a iPhone, an Apple iPhone in Gaza? How many shekel or dollar?
iPhone around 3,500.
Shekel, 3,500.
And Samsung, same function and same applications, around 2,500.
You know, there is a movement of boycotting and sanctioning Israeli products.
Yeah.
But I think people in Gaza cannot do that because they depend
they
on
don't-
Israeli
They
products.
don't have other solution or
Right.
alternative goods.
Yes.
And BDS, boycott, divestment and sanctions, not just focusing for the production. It's part of it is production. But it's a very popular and very massive movement. They're asking the international solidarity groups to raising up their voice in order to impose this boycott, divestment and sanctions as a peaceful and legal tool for surrounding Israel and sieging it, because Israel, as an occupied state, they are violating international law and they're violating Geneva Convention, the fourth Geneva Convention, and they didn't respect the human rights. So based on that, the BDS, the platform of the BDS, it's based on 3 items. One, it's ending the Israeli occupation, ending the settlements, and asking for implementing Security General Assembly Council 194 for right of return for the refugees, and also against the discrimination for the Palestinian in 48 land.
So, but it's not possible for the people in Gaza to boycott Israeli products because they have to buy them.
Yeah, because there is no alternative.
Yes.
On the through the period of the tunnel, the activities of the tunnels, it was alternative. The Egyptian goods, the Turkish goods coming through tunnels from Egyptian market, and the other kind of commodities came from Saudi Arabia, from China, from Germany, but here just the Israelis.
And then now, how many percentage of the tunnel are destroyed? How many?
Tunnels in Rafah,
Yeah.
based on some news, more than 90% of that.
So now difficult for products to
No
enter.
Egyptian goods now. Totally Israelis. That's why the BDS, it's difficult to implement here for the boycott Israeli products. But also BDS, they are asking for refusing normalization. There is some Israeli association, they try to promote normalization activities in youth issues, women having some camps, exchange, organize some camps in Europe. So BDS asking to prevent this kind of activities of normalization, because the normalization is supposed to have normal relation between equal sides. And the Israelis dealing with the Palestinians as oppressed people, as slaves, and the Palestinians didn't achieve their rights for independence, for their dignity. So we refuse, or the BDS refused the normalization activities, and also there is many activities conducted by many youth groups in Palestine have ties and networking relation with other youth or solidarity groups worldwide, in Europe, in America, and South Africa, asking them to boycott Israel and implementing the BDS. The BDS now, it's increased the activities rapidly, and there is upgrading of the activities, and all the demonstrations happened in various areas in the world. They are raising the slogan of the BDS as one of the solidarity of the Palestinian. If you want to support the Palestinian cause and the Palestinian people, you have to obey the BDS and asking your government to stop the economic and diplomatic or military or trade relation with the Israelis.
Do you import products made by settlements in the West Bank to Gaza? I mean colonies, settlements, colonies, Jewish Israeli colonies in the West Bank.
The Palestinians here, they are receiving goods from Israel. Israel, maybe part of their goods came from settlements. But here it's difficult for the Palestinians in Gaza who are suffering and living under the siege to choose other goods.
So maybe they are in a situation where they cannot avoid to buy products from settlements.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not by their fault, because by
forcing.
By forcing. Yeah. And Abu Ubaidah, he said in one of his speeches that the resistance will fight until the launching of a seaport, or no longer ceasefire is accepted without fulfilling the right of launching a seaport. Did you agree with this point of view?
I believe that this is part of the Palestinian rights, but I believe that the Palestinians supposed to raising the slogan of ending the occupation and achieving independent Palestinian state, based on Security Council resolution, based on the recognition which happened in 29 of November 2012, when they are accept Palestinian state as an observer in the General Assembly meeting at that time. So when you are asking for ending the occupation and achieve independent Palestinian state and self-determination, that means you have the right of the sovereignty for your resources, and you have freedom, access for individuals and for the goods. So this I support totally the port and support totally the security path between Gaza and West Bank, and I support the airport. But at the same time, we have to connect it directly with the political goal, with the political solution, which is supposed to be based on ending the occupation and achieving self-determination for the Palestinians.
And how can you implement this political goal? How can you reach the realization of your rights by resistance, by armed resistance?
The right of resistance exists on the International Universal Declaration of Human Rights. When you are occupied and when you are under the siege, and the siege is considered as a collective punishment, any people have the right to use any tools to achieve his dignity and freedom, regardless if it's by army or by peaceful. I believe in popular resistance. Because it's mobilizing the international community beside the Palestinian and standing them firmly with the Palestinian rights. But at the same time, I support any kind of resistance based on the universal. But this kind of the tools, of struggle tools, it's supposed to be based on collective mentality of the Palestinians. So the Palestinians are supposed to sit and to ask themselves what is the best tool to achieve your goal. It's tools. It's not a target itself. Yeah. For instance,